Morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are we all? Welcome. I apologize that it's a little delayed. I don't know, YouTube is just having a moment today. It's very dodgy. I'm not gonna lie. It's doing some weird things this morning, and I'm hoping we're all good. So I know it gets annoying when I ask if we're all good, if we're live, if we're everything's G. Please let me know because YouTube is doing weird things this morning. So I'd love a little, yep, we're good to go. And you guys are all good. Everything's loading fine. All good? All good. Okay. That's good. All right, YouTube, it's struggling this Friday morning or Thursday afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. But it's struggling for sure. We're not going to let that stop us, so, we got to get into Motherland. We got to get into Motherland. I'm so excited to talk about Motherland today. Like, there's so much to talk about. Okay. First of all, what do we need to do? Housekeeping rules, just quickly. If you guys are new here or, I don't know, you've stumbled upon this stream somehow or this video, it's going to go live, on my channel afterwards. So if you guys are watching this afterwards, just be aware this video is going to be full of spoilers. We're talking about Motherland Fort Salem 109. We're going to be looking at the promo for 110. We're going to be talking about 110 as well. So it's spoilers. I don't have any official spoilers for 110 either. We're just talking about like theories, promos and stuff like for that. So housekeeping rules, spoilers. If you don't want to know about Motherland Fort Salem up until 109/10 trailer, don't watch this video. Yep. Okay. Now that we've got that out of the way, we have to watch the promo for 110, I should say. And then we're going to watch the After the Storm for 19, because I love them. I love both of them. Oh, my arm. I got my flu shot yesterday. Oh, it hurts. I wasn't expecting it to hurt this bad. I've never had it before. It just moving it. I'm like, oh, someone's like, really? Like, it's like a dead arm, like when someone punches you in the arm and it's just, it's dead. It's just dead. Okay. All right. So it looks like 110 is called Witch Bomb. Good God. All right. Interesting. Right and left. Okay. What am I doing? This is the promo. Big screen that. Small that. Yep, that works. Ooh, we're going. Okay, here we go. Oh no.
It's never been about gaining power.
I really want to believe you.
Oh God.
I grew up in hiding, on the run from those who hated our kind.
We're being watched.
I saw friends and family burned.
I have chills.
Terror hunted me until the day I decided to fight back.
Oh fuck. What? What happened? Let's watch that again.
This has
No.
never been about gaining power.
I really want to believe you.
I grew up in hiding, on the run from those who hated our kind.
We're being watched.
I saw friends and family burned.
Oh God, okay.
Terror hunted me until the day I decided to fight back.
Uh-oh. Oh God. I'm excited to see her go full on, Ooh, very excited to see that happen. There's so much that happens. Like, obviously there's a big battle against who? I don't think it's the Spree. I mean, the Spree aren't one to fight their own kind. Anyway, we're gonna get into that later. They're gonna get into that later. Okay, we're gonna watch the After the Storm. Okay.
There is is only
Here we
one
go.
leader to carry us through.
Here we
these
go, after the
perilous
storm.
times.
Anacostia, the real MVP of this episode.
Alder decides to do something highly, highly, highly forbidden called puppeting.
Oof.
When you literally take control of somebody else's body and mind. And
That was crazy. That was
Alder
crazy.
does this to the president during an address, and the reason she does it is that the president has forbidden her from interfering with the terrain. She's trying to reach and grab something that she never thought she would even glimpse again. So underneath all of the strategic, intellectual stuff is this deeply personal need to connect to her past.
Oh man.
To this point,
Hey girl,
Anacostia has followed
real
Alder
MVP.
blindly, watching her puppet something so
Oof.
drastic after the
Her
initial
crying in that
chaos.
window? Oh,
With the training mission, all of this stuff happening is really, really making her have to look within herself and see if Alder is.
oh,
It's always
Honey.
a bit about power for Alder. Everything is kind of interwoven. So there's the emotional stuff, the political stuff, the strategic stuff. As usual, she has a lot of plates in the air. But it is power too. And I don't think Alder loved getting fired by the president. I don't think that was a great day for Alder.
No.
And I think Alder in this case thinks she knows better.
There's not much that Alder does that Anacostia is not privy to or part of. She made it a point to do this in secret. She made it a point to disobey the laws that she partially created.
And this is going to begin this idea that the army is sick and kind of crumbling from within. And since Alder is sort of a living embodiment of the armed forces, we're going to see those cracks in her manifest psychologically.
ooh.
From that moment
Man.
on, Anacostia is on her own. She plays
This
the
show's
game,
so good.
She hides her hand.
There's so much
but
to
now she
it.
starts to incorporate other players that don't even know they're really in it. So, everything with Alder and Anacostia is different at this point.
I want to talk to you about Scylla. I think she may still be of use.
In what way?
I don't think Anacostia is as willing as Alder is to sort of write Scylla off and sort of dump her in a military prison for
Nah,
the rest
man.
of her life.
She's got a
Anacostia
soft
sees
spot
the
for her.
humanity, but she also sees
We all got
the
a soft spot for her.
strategic
Don't worry, we
value
understand, Anacostia.
about the spree through Scylla.
In a previous episode, Scylla decides to confront Anacostia with some of the truths that she's known and been taught. Truth is a hard thing to face, especially when it's the truth that you don't necessarily want to hear, and even more so when it comes from a quote-unquote enemy. Scylla tells some things to Anacostia that are very similar to herself. And when you have to look in a mirror that's a bit dirty, a bit muddled, maybe a bit fragmented, it can be a hard pill to swallow.
I think she's starting
true.
to
True.
see humanity and to understand how somebody becomes a member of the spree.
Things aren't just
I
black
think
and white.
Anacostia is very by the book. I think she believes in the system. I think she believes in the witch military and their place in society. Or at least she did. What we're starting to see is a reevaluation of that.
For Anacostia, the situation with City Drop was
Not
a major
good.
mistake for her.
Yeah.
Up to this point, she's followed Alder blindly. She's been faithful, she's been loyal, and she's trusted that there's always a reason for everything that Alder does, even when she doesn't necessarily agree with it. During Libba's funeral, there's an intense amount of grief.
Oh, Libel's funeral.
Anacostia
I almost
feels.
forgot about that. Goddamn!
It's never a good thing to lose anybody, but losing people when it could have been avoided, losing people to just a nonchalant attitude, was something that Anacostia wasn't used to or prepared for. It was caused by a lie. And even though she doesn't show it,
She's not here for it.
she feels it. It's the first part of
Oh,
the story
God, I
that
loved
will
Anacostia this episode.
unravel the whole thing that's held her and Alder together. So it's the beginning.
It's the beginning of the end. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. No, I don't want that. Okay.
There is only
Stop. Okay. Okay. So, some stuff has happened, eh? Okay. We have some stuff to talk about. My God. 109. 109. Where do I even start? Look, I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching the episode, I was like halfway through the episode, I was like, this is episode 109. 109. We've got like one episode left. Literally the finale is next episode. And I was halfway through this episode 9, and I was like, this is a bit of a filler episode, right? I was like, bit of a filler episode. But then by the end of it, and especially going back, getting these screenshots for this stream, I was like, holy shit, so much happened this episode. So much happened. There was so much information that we sort of picked up on that, my God, there's a lot to go through. Okay, Chris, we'll dive into it because you've been asking this since I even started the stream. The tally throuple. Yeah. So obviously Tally's been hooking up with that dude. What's his name? Gurrit or something? Something like that. Anyway. And his wife walks in on them and she wants to get down. She's like, let me join. Let me have a shower and I'll join. And I'm like, yes, this is the little bit of gay that I've been waiting for to come from Tally. Unfortunately. She did not. I was like, come on. It's right there. I really would like to see this, please. Like, if I have to see you hooking up with this guy, can we add a girl to it, please? Unfortunately, no. I mean, I get it, Tally, she's going through some stuff. The last thing she wants is to play a game with a married couple, right? But that's the first thing that I want to see. It was so close to just a little bite of gay from Tally. Just a little bite of gay from Tally. But, unfortunately we did not get it. Oh man, it sucks. I wanted it. I really did. Okay. So, whoops. Drop this down. I don't know why it's going so slow. I don't think she was mad at the threesome. She was mad at the lack of choice after all of her choices being taken from her. Time for Hillary to come courting. Yeah. No, I get it. Like, I get it. Maybe in different circumstances, maybe she'd be keen on it. Because, like, she didn't even say, like, no, I'm not into that. She was like, it was obviously about other reasons. But, she definitely didn't reject the idea. It was the whole situation and how it was put upon her. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I agree with you. Maybe one day we'll get like a little bit from Tally. I will hold hope for the rest of the time because she is my redhead love of this show. So I will hope till the end of time that she is gay. But at least we know Raelle is gay for liver. That's true. When she said that, I was like, thank you, Raelle. Someone said it. Thank you. Yeah. Honestly, I would have been here for that as well. The threesome with Raelle, Liber, and Sila. Give me all the threesomes. Like, come on. We just need more. I mean, we really don't. We're being fed very well, but, like, I need more. And yes, Raelle definitely does have a type. She does. And I approve of that type. I agree. Maybe if Gurrit? Is it Gurrit? Or is it Garrett? I don't know. Anyway, had talked to Tally and been honest and everything instead of setting her up for a horrible mid-winter surprise. Yeah, maybe we would have had a different ending, a happier ending for us all. Yeah, okay, you're having some troubles getting on the stream. Cool. Glad you're here. All right. Oh, God, what else are we going to get into? The comment of Raelle having a type by Tally, and Taylor saying that she has the same type. Does she now? Where did she say this? Was this on Twitter? Because here for that. I appreciate all the cast. Taylor, love her. Twitter. All right. I literally didn't go on Twitter yesterday because obviously, like, I'm working during the day when this is, like, airing. So I stay off Twitter until I can, like, watch it, which is, like, last night I didn't watch it until about 6 o'clock at night. So about 12 hours ago, you know? And so by that time, everyone's asleep. And then I have so much to go through on my Twitter, like, so much to catch up on. I miss so much on live nights, which sucks because I wish I could, like, live tweet and get in with all the stuff that happens. But nah, unfortunately not. Okay. All right, there's a leak about episode 1010. Okay, hold on. Let's get through 109 and then we can talk about 1010, potentially spoilers or theories, whatever. Let's get quickly through 109. We talked about the threesomes. But so there's so much that happened. There's so much that happened. Obviously from the after the storm, you know, there's a lot around Alder and the president and her power being taken away from her and her not liking that at all. That was really interesting. And I know, and also this scene with Anacostia, like, you know, being like, there's probably more we can do with Sila, is interesting. She doesn't eat food, which is like, oh, honestly, I wish I could survive without food. Food is my, like, weakness. might be the reason why she's so grumpy all the time is because she's always hungry. I don't know. But that was really interesting to me. And I don't know, that clearly is a part of why she's alive hundreds of years later. But I don't know, like, the reasoning or the I don't know, the chemistry or biology behind that. I don't know. We're talking about witches here. Yeah. So I don't know. This episode, I know I saw a few of you talking about how you guys hate Alder when I was watching, like, the promo and the After the Storm stuff. And honestly, still after this episode, I don't hate her. I don't. I still think she's a babe. Like, she's hot AF, right? Still here for her. But I also, like, this show forces you to really see people as grey instead of black and white. Like, you know, Sila is a great example. Like, she, you know, in any other show is the bad guy, you know? It's just, you know, there's good guys and bad guys. She's the bad guy, but, like, you have to kind of, like, understand her point of view, you know? Like, there is other reasons for her doing the things that she's doing. She felt very cornered. She felt like there was no other choice. And, you know, while she might not have loved to do the things that she's done, she did them because she didn't know if there was any other way, right? And so, like, if you can see Sila in that light, then I feel like you have to look at Alder that way as well. You have to look at her that way. Yeah. So I mean, we're obviously going to get into it a lot more next episode. She was, you know, pretty much forced into this military army situation. It was either this or, you know, she get murdered along with all her other family and sisters and witches. You know, it was either this or everyone's going to get murdered. And so, like, I feel like if you put in that position, like Sila, you're going to take the only other option that you think you have at the time. And she's been in this position for so long, it's so ingrained in her head, she probably feels even more stuck than people like Sila, where it's like, you know, they like Sila, she's young. That's the issue, right? She's young. She doesn't know any other way, right? She doesn't know how else to fight against that system. Alder has been stuck in this position and has been terrified about not being in this position, like what that means for her and her family and her loved ones if she's not in this position that she doesn't know any other way. You know? Like, Alder and Sila are so similar. And I love that. I love that so much. It's so intriguing to watch. So intriguing to watch. And, you know, in the After the Storm stuff, obviously, we're seeing the cracks, you know, we're seeing this, you know, the system now fighting against Alder. And she's like, excuse me? Excuse me? I have given up my entire life to you, to this armed forces, you know, because you all said that I was going to be protected, that we were going to be protected, that, you know, all these mass killings that are now happening again were not going to happen anymore. And then all of a sudden that's changing and she is losing her grip, you know? She's spiraling a little bit. She doesn't know what's going on and she doesn't want to lose that power anymore because she's afraid of what's going to happen if she does. So, yes, Alder is making some very, very bad decisions. Very, very bad decisions, just like Scylla has. But honestly, I can get it. I get it. I get it. I don't know. I can't be like, oh, she's evil, you know? She's the bad guy, you know? There's no good in her because, you know, if I did that, then I'd also have to do the same for Scylla because they're so similar. They're so similar. Alder is so tragic and sad. She really is. She really is. And I can't wait, like, because like I mentioned last episode or last live stream, after it all, so after, you know, episode 10 airs, I'm going to go back and rewatch it all, dive into everything and really sort of make, like, I want to make a video of, you know, this is what happened in season 1. This is what we all missed, you know, pick up on those little things that we missed. Because there's, like, I don't know, there's so much to Alder that I just want to dive into and find out as much as possible. Because she's so intriguing as a character to me. She's so intriguing to me. Yeah, I really, I don't know, I love her. I love her in this show because she makes it so grey. She makes it so grey. Alder is fighting a fight from 300 years ago. Scylla is fighting the fight of today. But they're the same fight. That's the issue, right? That's the issue. It's the same fight. The humans screwing over witches. It's the same fight. 300 years ago, Alder signed, you know, the agreement to be a part of the armed forces, to create this military so she wouldn't get killed and, have her, you know, powers used against her, like, because we're going to get into that in a second. Now, you know, Scylla and the Spree are fighting against the humans again because they're now enslaved, right? Essentially, that's what they're saying. They're enslaved. There's no choice. They're being used. There's no freedom for them. It's the same fight. They're both fighting the same fight. They're just fighting it in two different ways. That's the crazy thing, right? Like, that's the crazy thing. It's the same fight. Yeah. They aren't bad for the sake of being bad, and that's amazing storytelling. That's it. I get Alder too. If I'm honest, I don't get why everyone hated on her choice to send the cadets in and destroy this truck. I think I would have done the same. Yeah, I mean, obviously because we're attached to the cadets, right? Obviously our unit, we love our unit, and they were put in a bad situation. We lost one of our loved ones, you know, we're in that group. So we feel that personally, right? But like, yeah, it's the Spree were gonna like murder hundreds of thousands of people, and the cadets were like the only way out of that. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it either. But honestly, what other choice did she have? You know, and it sucks that, yeah, I think and I think she wouldn't have been questioned as much if it wasn't for those civilians, right? If she was like, go ahead with the attack, well, with the, killing of the spree, even though there's civilians in there. It was just that really, and yes, there are casualties in war, but it was very jarring and something that, you know, none of them should have been put in a position to sort of like face. But that, you know, that's it, you know. That's it. that's the issue. There needs to be honesty or transparency. But okay, here's the thing though. There's a hierarchy in every single thing. I don't know, like even in today's day and age, I don't know everything that my boss is doing, all the decisions and reasons why she's doing it. She tells me what I need to do at work. Whether I understand the reasoning behind it or not, I do it, you know? She is literally the head of the military, right? This Fort Salem. She is top. She's not going to tell cadets the reasoning behind all of her decisions. You know, there's a need to know element, and going into the army, you know, you should know that. The issue is, and what the spree are fighting against is that these kids don't have a choice going into the military, you know? So they don't have a choice of being like, I don't want to be put in these positions where these choices have to be made, right? And I'm forced to do these things without reason, you know, without so-called reason. The issue is they don't have a choice in that, you know? If they had a choice in signing up and joining the military and doing all that, then it's like, okay, you knew what you were getting into. These are the situations that you're going to be put in. And you're signing up to that. That's a choice that you're making, but they don't have that choice, you know? That's the big issue. They don't have the choice. No one wants to be there. No one wants to be making these decisions and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you go down one path and it's like, you know, they shouldn't have been put in this position. Alder shouldn't be making those decisions, this, and this. But it's like, you know, when it all comes around, these are the decisions that are made every day. What the issue is people are getting choice taken away from them to be put in those situations. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, but were those civilians in the truck innocent or members of the I literally watched the episode before this live stream to try and remember the name of this group. Camarilla? Camarilla. The spree does not take hostages, they just kill civilians, so why take these ones captive? I do think they were hostages, because, you know, obviously they probably planned to kill them anyway. That's my alarm to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They obviously probably planned to kill them, but I guess they were hoping if they were stopped by the military or whoever, they could use the hostages as a, you know, a way to get away. Clearly, Alder was like, nah, it's not a good enough reason to let you guys get away. So I think, you know, they were using them for, you know, any reason why someone would take a hostage as leverage to get to the point where they want to get to. And then they were probably going to kill them anyway. The Camarilla? Yeah? Camarilla? That's interesting. Let's get into that. So this is like this third group that we've been sort of hearing whispers about and sort of thinking about, that is in this war, this Camarilla. So Alder had said that she had killed them off 200 years ago. And from what I understand, I assume this is a group of humans, a group of sort of like humans that have been trying to take the vocal cords and killing witches to see if they can harness their powers for themselves. Right? Am I understanding that right? That's the impression that I got. They're trying to take these witches' powers for themselves. They're trying to study them, experiment on them, and try and take the powers for themselves so they can use those powers and not have to associate with witches, right? That's my understanding. Yeah, so Alder had the Camarilla are civilians that hate witches. Yes, yeah. But like, yeah, from my understanding, the reason why they're like ripping out the vocal cords, the voice box and stuff like that is to try and harness their voice for themselves. Yeah. Yeah, so Alder had assumed that she had killed them all, but, you know, even if you kill, like, the last person in that group, that legacy sort of, like, you know, follows, and someone's going to pick it back up one day. And clearly they have. Clearly they have, and they've created their own sort of, like, new modern group and are doing the same, hunting down witches, powerful witches that we've noted. So they went after the Bellwether family, the family line, because it's a very, very strong witch line, family line. They've gone after that group in the forest, which everyone is trying to get their hands on because they have this power that no other witch in modern times has. You know, they have a very special voice that everyone is wanting for themselves. So they've gone after them. They've pretty much wiped them out as well, to an extent. There's still a few left, but they have taken out a lot of them, taking their voice boxes and stuff like that. And so, yeah, they're going after very powerful witches. And as we assume, trying to harness their powers so they can use it against the witches and wipe out the witches once and for all, but still have those powers for themselves. Which is why if we're gonna say there's a bad guy in this series, it's humans. Fuck the humans. It's the humans. They're the bad guys. Yeah. Their voices are their powers. The songs are very important and can be used as weapons. Yeah, exactly. They have like a different, what was it, an extra vocal cord or something? There was they actually have like a biologically an extra something in their voice that is allowing them to use these powers. So I really like that. Like I really, you know, as a whole, I love how their power is their voice, which I think is so powerful. I've said this, I think, in one of my first reviews that I did on episode 1. And I was like, I love that, you know, it's not just they have powers, you know, they're witches, they have powers, but it's like their voice is their power. And I'm like, oh, that hit me. I loved that. Anyway, so yes, their voice is their power, which is why they're ripping out their vocal cords and stuff like that. And yeah. It's either they use the witch's voice box as weapon or they take it as a token. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like I remember in that conversation in the room with Alder and the other commanders and stuff like that, she was saying that they were going to experiment on her, but she got away or something like that. That's why I'm like, she mentioned experiment, which was why I'm like, they must be trying to harness the witch's power for themselves in some way. Yeah. It's so interesting. So, going back to the 110 promo that we watched at the start of this, they're obviously fighting against people. And I said when I was watching that promo, I don't think it's the Spree, because the Spree don't fight their own. We've known this. They don't really fight their own. They kill humans. Yes, they're very happy to kill humans, but they don't really fight their own. You know, so I don't know if they would go on a like all out battle with the military. I so I think it's like that this group, the Camarilla. Camarilla. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, so I think we're gonna see them. We're gonna see how big they are, how big they've actually grown in secret, and there's gonna be an all-out war. Especially, I mean, obviously we saw Alder use the president as a puppet this episode, which is gonna have consequences. Obviously, the president's gonna find out I don't know whether they remember, it happening, I don't know if they actually remember it, but it was recorded on live TV. So she will at least go back and watch that and she'll see what happened. So there's going to be consequences for that. And maybe, the president has already, maybe this group is like a part of like the president's different defense force. Maybe she's created this in her own, way. Secret. I don't know, because she had always planned to dismember the Fort Salem and the witches, and it's not going her way, so she's like, screw it, they're no longer secret, let's go on an all-out war because you guys did something illegal. So I don't know, it's gonna be so interesting next episode. It's gonna be so interesting. I think the wedding was attacked by more than one group because all the balloons in the sky would definitely spray 100%. But then they had, like, they didn't actually attack, right? I want to know what the spree's like goal was. What was the spree's goal? Yeah. Because obviously, like, they had that sort of wind thing going on, so the spree couldn't actually get in. But they already had those two people in there that were clearly not spree. They were, I guess, Camarilla? I'm still struggling with that word. Yeah, that's very, very interesting. I do wonder what the spree's plan was now. Because they clearly wanted Raelle out. But why? Or was it just a distraction? Like, was this attack, was the spree attack literally just a distraction so they could get Raelle out without anyone noticing, and they could, like, take her without anyone noticing because everyone was distracted by the attack? Maybe? The villain was added last minute. No, they've been talking about a third party for ages. Like, they've been hinting at a third party for a very, very long time. All right, everyone wants to talk about Rael and Sila. I get it. I was talking about stuff that we had seen in the After the Storm stuff. Okay, guys. I get it. It's Rael and Sila. We want to talk about it, but I want to give it the love it deserves, so I need to get all this other stuff out of my head. Okay? Fine, let's get into it. I don't want to get into it. It's sad. I don't want to get into it. I don't know. Okay. It's sad. Like, what else do I say? I couldn't. So, Anacostia has been spending some time with Sila. Obviously, she has been trying to convince Alder to keep Sila. She, as a reasoning, she wants to understand Sila and how she got to this point, to join the spree, to, kill innocent people. She wants to understand how someone gets to that point. Because she, like she said in the After Storm thing, she is seeing sort of a mirror reflected back at her. There's a lot of things that she can relate to with Sila, and she, I guess, wants to, know if this is something that if this is a route that she could go down, and how does she help that situation? How does she, help someone? So she is, she's trying to understand Sila, and in turn, is feeling sympathy for Scylla, I think. And Scylla was like, okay, I'll tell you what you want to know. Just give me one more thing. I want to see Raelle. Oh. Bad choice. And so, you know, Anacostia is like, okay, after some convincing, she's like, okay. She talks to Raelle. Obviously, Raelle is very angry. She's very hurt. And initially says no, but ends up saying yes after chatting with her unit. Oh, that scene, man. That scene, it killed me. I don't even, like, she goes in, right? It's just the scene. I was like, okay, I cannot cry during this. I had already, like, nearly cried during that funeral with Abigail doing the eulogy. I nearly cried during that, to be honest. And then I nearly cried in this scene, okay? I was like, this is rude. This is goddamn rude. Scylla was, like, hurt. She was hurt when Raelle walked in and she saw her face. She's like, oh, you believed them. I was like, oh, but, like, bitch, you didn't make it that hard. You didn't make it that hard for her to believe them. And honestly, okay, so I said this last episode. I think we all agree that Raelle had an inkling that Scylla, not all good, you know. She had an inkling that she actually killed that dude, you know. I think we all knew that Raelle had a suspicion about Scylla, right? Honestly, from that scene, from what she, like, confronted Scylla with, though, I don't even think it's the fact that she's spree that made her so upset. It was the fact that, like, because she confronted her about the fact that she disguised herself to manipulate her. She was like, did you do that again? Like, she hated the fact that she tried to manipulate her, tried to manipulate the scene and use her. That's what she had an issue with. And I was like, God damn. Okay. So, like, yeah, I think we all knew that Raelle had a feeling about Scylla, whether it be spree or what else. I mean, she clearly had a feeling about Scylla and that dude. She very clearly had a feeling. She broke when she found out that Scylla had disguised herself as the hottie necro teacher. I have followed her on Instagram. And tried to manipulate her. That's what she had a huge issue with. And I was like, oh. God, it hurts. It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts, I tell you. So, but, you know, there is redemption. There is still a chance because Raelle still loves Scylla. Oh, and Anacostia, the real MVP this episode, the real MVP. Oh, she was like, you know what? Scylla loves you too. That part is real. And I was like, yes, girl. Thank you. Yeah, so there is still a chance for them. There is still a chance for them. They still love each other. They're both very, very hurt right now. They're in a very bad situation. But if there's one thing that we've learned from this show, there's still a chance. We can always come back. I believe in Rael and Sila. I believe they will make it through fine. I believe. Poor Amalia. They had her in the first half. Cute, lovely scenes, soft kisses and beautiful scenery. Then boom, here's a dungeon and lots of screaming and crying, angst city. True. True. Scylla seemed to be going a bit insane in that cell. Yeah, I mean, I feel like most of us would. That's a terrifying cell. Like, you're getting blinded 24/7 and like, yeah, it's a bad situation. I'm very interested to see what happens with them at the end of season 10, at the end of episode 10, end of this season. Cause like, yeah, I mean, like, how do we end this season? I don't think we're gonna get into a lovey-dovey position between Rael and Sila by the end of episode 10. I don't know, because like it'd be so quick, which is why we need a season 2 so we can see that them coming back together. But I don't know. They're you know. Scylla's got to get out somehow. There seems to be an attack on the base, and they all seem to be getting out. We do see in the promo Anacostia is on the ground. Whether that be from her trying to get into Scylla's mind again, or if they've been attacked, they've got to get out somehow, is what I'm assuming. Man, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. You know? I don't know where we go. I don't know. Fortunately, there's no gun in sight in this world. But there's that whole issue with like the mushroom, right? The mushroom that's now infected. Where does that come into play? I assume with this attack that's gonna happen. Is it an attack on the base? I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's a rescue mission. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Anacostia will try save Sila, but they both get kidnapped as well as Tarim, and that's who General Alder and the unit goes to rescue. Maybe. That's good point. Good point. There's a leak scene. Do I want to watch this leak scene? Do I want to watch it? Do I want to watch it? Where is the leak scene? Is it on Twitter or something? Where is it? I don't know. I'm not gonna watch it on stream, just because if it's leaked, if it hasn't been released yet, then like I want to get like a copyright strike or something. Yes, I'm not gonna watch it on stream. That's for sure. Gives me faith on Sila and Anacostia. It's on Twitter, Tumblr. The article was published. The article it was published in got taken down already. Yeah, I'm definitely not watching it on my stream then if the article got taken down. Someone tweet me and I'll watch it after the stream. I'm very curious though. Like, very curious. Very curious. I'm very excited about next episode. I just want to know. I want to know how it ends. Where do we go from here? Like, are we even really going to get into this third enemy? Like, is this just going to be like, they've only just like opening it up and they're going to have like a hint to how dangerous they are in next episode. But then like they're actually the big bad for season 2. I don't know, you know? Oh, I don't know. Like, we've got one episode left. So it has to sort of end, right? There can't be too much that happens next episode, right? I don't know where we go. We need a second season. Freeform, you all need to start tweeting Freeform. We all need to start tweeting Freeform being like, we need to know there's a second season because we need more. We need more time with these people. I don't want a cliffhanger. Like, if we don't get a second season, I don't want a cliffhanger. Ah. I think that's the enemy they fight next episode while rescuing Taram. Yeah, true. But like, I mean, they've been hinting at it for ages, but this will be like the first time we even see the enemy. So it's not like, I feel like they're not going to be like, okay, here's the actual big enemy. And you guys defeated it. I don't think that's going to be the case. We're going to see them, obviously. They're the ones that are like kidnapped and you know, all that sort of stuff. And they're going to fight them to get, you know, the rescue mission, obviously. But I don't think they're going to be defeated next episode. It's going to be like, oh, this is who we should really be spending our time on. And it's going to be season 2. If there isn't a second season, I don't know how it'll go. I don't know how either. Like, if there isn't a second season, Elliot better make the books that he thought he said he was going to make. I need more story of this. Like, this is so good. It's so good. Also, who the heck is burned at the stake, Scylla? Is it another flashback though? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Is it another flashback? I don't know. I don't know. Adam just started reacting. I am so excited that Adam's reacting to Motherland. I've been waiting so long. I love watching his reaction, so I'm so excited that he started reacting to Motherland. He's a little late though, right? Come on, Adam. Come on, Adam. I've seen a lot, but I've seen a lot, but a show like this, I don't remember the last time I loved the show so much. Maybe Winona Earp, which says a lot about how much I love Motherland. I said this last live stream, I think. This show feels like, it gives me the feels that I had for Winona Earp, obviously. Like, love of the characters, and I love the cast, like how active the cast was, especially in season 1 when they were so new, especially in season 1 when they were so active with the fandom. So like, this show gives me Winona Earp feels in that regard. Like, I love the characters, I love the ship, obviously, and like, especially the actresses and stuff like that, the crew and cast and all that sort of stuff. I love how active they are with the fandom. But it also gives me, and I know we're all about to be triggered, but like, the 100 feels. Before it went to shit, obviously. The 100, I would spend so much time talking with my friends and stuff like that about the lore of the 100 and about like the world of the 100, you know? Like, this show gives me that sort of like, there's so much backstory to it. There is so much to get into. And I just want to dive into the world that is Motherland. And that's like, that gives me the 100 feels. So it's like, yeah, this show is like on another level. Like, I'm very, very excited about it. And if we don't get a season 2, I'll be so pissed. I'll be so goddamn pissed. Like, because it needs that second season to really take off, I think. Everyone is jumping on board late. We're getting there though. Like, we're getting there. Julie DG is also planning to start reacting to the show. Thank God. Emily Ann is going to react as well. Like, these people need to get on board quicker. I need them to save the show. We need more people talking about the show now. The 100 is New World, same problems, and they killed the best character. Here not. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they don't go down the same road as the 100. Hopefully they learn. Hopefully they've learned. Elliot seems like a much better person to steer this show than, you know who. So I do hope they learn from those mistakes. I do hope we're all G. I hope we get a season 2. You know? Where are we up to? I'm just trying to catch up on chat. There was a question that someone asked that I didn't know. I forgot. I was going to answer, but I forgot. All right, we're getting close to, we've been live for a little bit now. Is there anything else that I haven't talked about yet that you all are desperate for me to talk about before we wrap up this live stream? Elliot brought up non-binary folks and other gender things, and he said he wants to explore that in season 2, which is hella interesting. I like Elliot. I get good feels from Elliot. I kind of ship Tally and Raelle, something about them. Man, I've been shipping them from episode 1. Go watch my episode 1 review. You know? Have you talked about Liver? I mean, Liver's funeral, I talked about how I legit nearly cried. I couldn't. I just can't. I'm still so mad. I am still so mad that they killed her. Why? We could have had it all, you know? I can't. Someone explain the hype of Motherland Fort Salem to me. Oh man, you just missed that. You just missed it. Okay. It is amazing. Okay? Amazing. Love the characters. Love everyone on this show because they're very active with the fandom. They give me those feels. The world is huge. It's crazy. You just like dive into it. It's like great storytelling. There's a lot to dive into. There's so much there. There's so much there. It's so much to love. Just do it. Get into it. Talk about it. Love it. Love it with us. Yes, you did not mention Raelle thinking Lebo was cute. I definitely did. I definitely did at the start of the stream. You also updated your stream setup. Yeah, I did. I spent a little time. I updated little things. I hope you guys liked it. I wanted to have the stream chat in the videos as well because I know when I edit the videos, it gets rid of my live chat on YouTube. So I wanted to have it on the video. What is going to happen to Glory? What do you mean what's going to happen to Glory? What's happening with Glory? I get why everyone loves the couple. I mean, I love the couple, but like the show, like the reason why this show is good is because it's way better. Like it's way bigger than just the couple, you know? It's way bigger than just the couple. That's why I love this show, because it's not just the couple that I love. I love the couple though, but it's not the only thing I love about this show. Terrorism it is, yeah. Tally calling out Raelle for having a type, yeah. And apparently Taylor has the same type, which I'm here for. The storm Alder summons is dark and webbed like the illness Khalid was affected with. Yeah. Well, I mean, that is interesting because, like, you know, we know that they're pulling out vocal cords, so maybe they've designed a disease that's based around their own powers. That's being, you know, created by their own powers. Interesting. I don't know, man. Okay. I love this show so much. But yeah, like I said, we're on to the season finale. Next episode. Episode 10 is the last episode. Last episode. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, I am going to go back. I'm rewatching the whole series. I'm diving into all the After the Storms. I'm diving into everything. And I'm trying to find out, like, everything I can about this world. I want to, like, dive into all the stuff that, like, sort of, like, I missed beforehand. All the little tidbits that I missed. Oh, yeah. There's so much. So much to get my head around. Maybe next episode will be when Abigail gets to show her talent. Oh, I cannot wait. I hope we get to see her doing some stormy stuff. That'd be so cool. I'm so here for it. When I was watching Adam's reaction though, speaking of Adam and reactions, when I was watching his reaction of episode 1 and Raelle and Abigail are fighting in that gym scene, they like start summoning a storm. And I was like, I always thought that was Raelle, right? I thought that was Raelle because like she's so moody and stuff like that. But like, Abigail's the what's the blaster? She's the blaster, right? So that was her, maybe? I don't know. I need a second to process that. Otherwise, you know, everyone's always talking about how, like, powerful Raelle is. Maybe she's, like, everything. She's a healer. She's a seer. She's a blaster. You know, maybe she's everything. I don't know. Can you be everything? Can you have... I don't know. I don't know. I need episode 10. Ugh. I'm so worried because the cast at the finale is heartbreaking. Yeah, well, I'm not ready, but I am ready. Bellwethers are the Stormbringers. Yeah, so she's like the blaster, but like, was she the one that was creating the storm? Were they both creating the storm? I don't know. I think we're going to get more info on Raelle's mum. Maybe Raelle increases other witches' talents. Ooh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Anacostia's mum. Anacostia is mum. Just want everyone to be happy. Me too. Me too. But the show is definitely full of a lot of angst. I do wish we did have a bit more of a longer season so we could spend more time, like, I don't know, just them, like, being kids in this little, in basic, you know, and now they're all jaded. Like, I miss innocent Tally. I miss innocent Tally. Oh. You think she's still alive? Interesting. What if Ray's mom is Spree? I think that's like, yeah, that's definitely been a theory going around for a while. I don't want her to be Spree. I don't want her to be Spree. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, eh? I don't know. There's a lot. I don't know. So much could happen in episode 10 and just, there's no way I'm going to predict it. I love that about this show. I could make so many theories and like, I'm sure none of them will come true. Oh, okay. But yeah, okay. So we're going to wrap up soon. I got to start getting ready for work. It's 6:30 in the morning. I got to start getting ready for work. After I've spent an hour talking about Motherland with the internet. I love it. I love it. But she's dead, isn't she? I mean, that's, you know, that's what we've been told, but who knows? We never actually saw her die, right? That's the rule of, like, TV shows. If you haven't seen them die, are they really dead? They shot the pilot 2 years ago. Yeah, like, they shot the pilot, like, a year before they shot episode 2, right? It's crazy. I mean, it's not unusual. Shows always shoot pilots, you know, well in advance so they can show them to networks and try and get it picked up from the pilot. But yeah. What about the fake Raelle that kissed Scylla? Who was she? I mean, she was clearly from the Spree. I don't know what part of the Spree she is a part of. But she's part of the Spree. I don't know if we'll see her again. Even if you see them die, they're not always dead. That's true. I mean, especially in a show where, like, you know, witches specialize in the necromancers, literally. Let's raise them from the dead. I'm sure we'll see Raelle bring someone back from the dead. I'm sure we'll see it. I mean, maybe we'll see it next episode. Oh God, I hope Sila doesn't die. Oh my God, I swear to God, they better not get Sila to die so we can get Raelle to show off her fancy healing powers, because as much as I love Raelle and I love how talented she is, and I'm sure she could bring her back from the dead, I do not want to see that, okay? I do not want to see that. Damn, now that that's in my mind, I'm like convinced it's gonna happen now. I'm convinced Scylla's gonna die and Raelle's gonna bring her back. Oh God. Why did I think of this thought? Why did I think of this thought? Oh. Bulletproof vest. Oh. Scylla won't die. I mean, maybe she'll die and then she won't die. I don't know. She'll be back though. I hate the show. I hate it because I love it so much. I'm so invested. I'm so scared one of my 5 is gonna die. I mean, like, they've got to now. Like, they've already hinted at the fact that, like, Raelle is a healer. She's very, very powerful. Everyone keeps saying, you know, she doesn't know how powerful she is. And she has already tried to bring someone back from the dead, essentially, with that dude, right? What episode was that? Episode 5 or something? I don't know. She already tried to bring him back. He wasn't dead yet, but, you know, he was there pretty much. But, like, she needs some, like, emotional trigger to reach that level of power, right? She didn't really care about him. But if it's, like, one of the 5 mains, she's gonna care about them, and she's gonna... Oh, God. It's gonna happen. One of them's gonna die. God damn it. Damn it. Oh, man. I think in the finale that Srey's still kidnapped Raelle. Oh, maybe, like, while they're doing a rescue mission. Does Raelle go out on the rescue mission? I mean, she's got to. Tally's out there. So, like, the unit's got to be there. I think any additional character death would overshadow Libba, so I doubt they'll do that. I don't think, I mean, they don't care about Libba as much as we do. I think that's pretty clear. I mean, like, yeah, I don't think they care about overshadowing her death. Like, you know, her death was there as a growing point for Abigail, to be honest. You know, like, I don't think they will care that much. Which makes me sad because I loved it, Libba. Oh, and it hurt. I'm still confused who killed Porter. Was it Scylla or the spree disguised as Scylla? It was Scylla. It was Scylla. I know. Oh, she's made some very bad choices, which is what I was like at the start of the stream. If you can forgive or if you can understand Scylla, then you can forgive or understand Alder, okay? They've both done some very questionable things. Yeah, okay, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I could talk forever, but I do actually have to start getting ready for work. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for coming. And obviously we'll be doing another live stream again next week after the finale. I don't know if I'm gonna do maybe another theory video. I might watch that spoiler. Maybe make a theory video leading up to episode 10. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Time will tell. But thank you all for stopping by. I will see you all soon. Hit the like button if you hadn't already, if you liked this live stream. Subscribe if you're new. That would be absolutely amazing. And I hope you all have an amazing day, amazing night, an amazing upcoming weekend. And I will see you all in the next one. Okay, bye.